On today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to install the front and the rear crash bars. Honestly, this is something I should have done back in 2017 when I bought the motorcycle brand new, but I always thought, well, you don't need it, you're never going to drop it. Guess what? I did, not only once, but twice. And sadly, once to the right-hand side and once dropped to the left. So I ended up getting damage on both luggage or panniers, as some people say. I'm not going to spend time showing you guys how to remove the Tupperware, as I call it, which is the body of the motorcycle, because it's going to add too much time to this video. Typically, this kind of work would take about an hour and a bit, but because I have to remove the body, it's going to be twice as long. So if there's any interest in learning or seeing how to remove it, please let me know in the comments area and I'll make another video showing step by step how to do it. But without further ado, let's give her. Hello YouTube land, welcome back to the channel. I'm Eddie and this is Wind Therapy. So let's not spend too much time chit-chatting. I'm gonna stop this video very shortly. I'm gonna remove the body, I'm gonna come back, I'll show you all the pieces, including all the tools you're gonna need to do this job. I'll be also adding the description or the information about where you can get the same parts that I got, which are better and cheaper than the ones you buy in North America. So let's go. Hi folks, now the Tupperware or the body of the motorcycle is off on the left and the right hand side. As you can see, it took about, for me that I did at least 4 or 5 times, it took about 30 minutes. But if you don't know how to do it, it'll probably take at least an hour. But the more you do it, easier it gets. But no, the bike is basically pretty naked. And as you can see, these are all the parts and nuts and bolts that I had to remove. And why did I have to remove them? Let me show you the culprit. That bar right there. That's the only reason why I had to remove everything here just to install this bar. But it is what it is. I'm gonna start assembling or installing and you guys gonna understand why. But before moving forward, let me show you what kind of tools we're gonna need to do this job. And following, I guess, the Triumph tradition, all the tools that you're gonna need are gonna be metric, of course, because everything is metric. The first one you're gonna need is a 13 millimeter wrench, a 5 millimeter Allen key or hex wrench, as some may call, but I call it Allen key, a 16 millimeter socket, the wrench, of course. But this is something very cool that Leon did, the manufacturer of this kit. He also added some gauges here to allow us to really attach that bar at the right position. So this one is just a little measurement from the engine bar, which is that bar I showed you guys, to the fuel tank. And the other one is a little bit smaller or shorter, is the right hand side. So very nice touch, Leon and Alexander, to include the gauge or the measurement to allow us to double check if the bar is at the right spot before putting all the Tupperware back on and realizing that something is a little bit off. So that will save us time. So very good job doing that. I don't know what happened. Maybe my microphone died, but I lost my original audio. So I'm just doing a little voiceover for the next few minutes, but I hope it doesn't compromise. So using the wrench, it's pretty easy to remove the bolt. A little bit tricky to find a position to hold the wrench in place, to hold the nut, but that's what you see. After you remove the bolt, the nut will come off, so you have a bolt and a flange nut. Pretty basic, pretty simple. And this is the bar and the reason why we had to remove all the body of the motorcycle to install this bar. And as you can see, there's only 2 holding points rotating through an axis, and that's why we're gonna need to use the gauge block to allow us to see exactly the position where we need to tighten the bar in place. Right hand side, same idea. I'm not going to spend time showing. And back to the left, here's the gauge, allows me to see the height. I'm going to tighten a little bit, and before finalizing the last tightening step, I'm going to use the block once again to make sure the height between the bar and the tank matches, and then the job is done. On the other side, it's pretty much the same process. I'm not going to bore you guys with that, and that's it. Okay, so the bar installed. Okay, so the bar installed. That was the hardest part of this assembly. So as I did before, I'm gonna stop the video. I gotta put the body back on because, like I said, that's something that most people won't care. So I'll put the body back on, and then I'll show you how to install the front crash bars. And just like that, the bike is back in one piece. So the left and right hand side body and the front, everything's back at the right spot. So now really comes the easiest part. All this endeavor, all this work was just to make sure the bar is sticking out here and the other side. So everything that we did so far was to install the bar that goes all the way across. So now we're gonna start installing the left-hand side, and we go to the right-hand side. They're very similar. There's just one small difference. On the left, you have basically this end that you're gonna put the bolt through it. In the other one, there's a cutout that you just slide the bottom part in. So just 2 attachment points. So let's get going. Okay, folks, now we're gonna remove this nut right here. And I thought was the same 16 millimeters, but this one is actually 17. So I need to change the socket to a 17 millimeter. So let's get going. Wow, this is pretty tight. As it should be. Let's get something to speed up the process. Okay, here's the nut. So now what we need to do, I'm not sure if you guys can see, I'll try to zoom in. There you go. So here's the nut. It's a flange nut, which is a good one. Like I said, now we need to push this bolt a little bit in, maybe a 1/4 inch or so. And I got my rubber mallet. I hope I had a better tool to do this, but this will do. That should be enough. Okay, so now we have enough space to attach the bottom part of the crash bar. And just put the nut loosely at this point. I'm not gonna make tight just yet. You're gonna see why just in a sec. Okay, folks, now we're gonna install the top. The bottom is already in place. One for the left, one for the right, and this one goes right here in our famous bar. So just like so. I'm gonna attach the top. Came with like a washer, which is nice. Very nice product, and I'm glad they sent all the parts that we need without any issues. So the top is in place, the bottom is in place loosely. We're gonna make it tighter in a minute, but this is how the left hand actually looks. I like the way it looks. It kind of blends very nicely. Very nice design. It kind of matches the body of the motorcycle. Good job. Let's go to the other side now. The right hand side now is very similar to the left. The only difference is, as you can see here, there's a little notch where we're going to just slide through the head of the bolt and attach the top as we did on the other side. There's a nice washer here, so make sure we put the washer at the right spot between the frame and the body of the motorcycle. And let me just grab this. This one's in place. And when we go to the other side and put a nut, it's gonna make this side tighter. So let's go there. So now I'm gonna tighten the top here. Let's grab the number 17 socket. And let's tighten that nut. Let's speed up the process a little bit. Okay. Now I'm gonna get my ratchet again. Power tools are good, but I don't know. I still trust my hand. See? Nice and tight. I see at least 4 threads outside the nut, and that tells me that the nut is safely in place. I'm just gonna check the other side and make sure that the bolt was pulled all the way in. Make sure there's no slack. Yes, it is perfect. So that's it. Job complete. I'm just gonna go over how it looks. It sticks out nicely, and they did a good job designing something that follows the body here and the pattern of the motorcycle. Let's check the other side. Same idea. You see how much is sticking out, which is perfect. And same as the other one. It really matches nicely this gray area here, this body piece. And to be honest, you can barely see it in a motorcycle that's black. So unless you really look for it, you can't really see it. So they did a very good job designing a piece that protects the motorcycle without being so intrusive. And that's all she wrote, guys. I think it looks very good. I think we'll do the job nicely. I wish I would have done it sooner, to be honest. Would have saved scratching my left and right hand pannier and the edges of this area of the motorcycle. So I think it's very, very nice. I know I said I would show the rear, but because I just realized I have my hitch, it might complicate things a little bit and might extend this video longer than I want. So I make a second video just to show how to install the rear one. Then if you just want to see one or the other, you can pick and choose. But for now, I just want to thank you for your time. If you guys have any questions, ask me in the comments area below. The information from the manufacturer and the email and everything else is going to be listed. I really recommend it. They did a very good job communicating with me. Alexander was great. The shipping went flawlessly. And I really recommend those guys. So if you guys like this video, you want to see more things like this one, just click right here in the middle to subscribe, because then you're going to get notifications when new videos pop up. So for the time being, be good, be safe, and let's keep the rubber side down. Ciao.